Hello and welcome to another edition of Overcoming Illness. I want to thank everybody for being on today. I don't have a special guest on, but for those of you who don't know me, I am Paula Denoncourt. I am a health coach, founder and CEO of Enrich Your Health. I've been doing my business since about 2010. I do one-on-one coaching, group coaching. Sorry, my camera's shaking a little here. Group coaching, speaking engagements, and now my own TV show. And I just want to remind everybody to please go over to the YouTube channel for Elevation TV Network and give them some love and subscribe to their channel. They have some amazing guest speakers here, including myself. And I also am starting a YouTube channel, so please go over and like and subscribe to that as well. Make sure you give me some thumbs up on some of those videos as well as on Elevation TV Network. You can find my YouTube channel on by going to YouTube, and it's the same as the name of my business, Enrich Your Health, ENRICH, and then there's a space, and then it's UR, and then HEALTH. So you will find me there, and we've got some of the videos from Elevation TV Network on there, but we will have more to come. I'm going to be sharing some recipes on there and just different things. So I'm excited. We're getting that going. I'm really excited to have that. So once again, welcome. If you've never seen me before, please go back and watch some of the other videos. I've had some amazing guests who've overcome things like cancer and diabetes, congestive heart failure, autoimmune issues, mold toxicity, lots and lots of different illnesses that people have overcome. And I do want to remind everybody, I am looking for guest speakers. So please, if you are overcoming an illness, you are a spouse of somebody who's overcoming an illness, or maybe you've overcome an illness or you're going through it, whichever one it may be, please let me know. I would love to have you on. It's every Sunday night at 7 p.m. Eastern time. You could be a practitioner, you could be an apostle, a pastor, anything to do with health and wellness and just getting through that hump of coping with something. I think we all need that right now. Tonight, I decided to talk about something that's very near and dear to my heart. For those of you who don't know me, I've shared this before, but I'm going to share it again because we are coming into the holiday season. So I suffered from multiple food allergies. This is how I became a health coach. Well, let me just tell you, my worst times were the holidays. When I first realized I had multiple food allergies, I had, let's see, you have to go back to my first video to see the whole story of my food allergies. But when it started to rear its ugly head, let's put it that way, I had some prior issues. There were times I couldn't swallow. Certain things I would eat, I couldn't swallow. But once I got to its tipping point to where this is like, I've got to figure out what's going on with me, was oddly enough around the holidays. I'll never forget it. It was either the year 2000 or 2001. That part I don't remember exactly. Sitting at the kitchen table with my family, I took a bite of turkey, a sip of wine, a bite of spinach, and all of a sudden I went into anaphylactic shock. I was vomiting every 10 minutes. Now, when I say I was vomiting, it was because my throat was closing up. It was just spit. I'll never forget it. I kept hoping it would pass. I had some Benadryl in the cabinet, but they weren't capsules. So I remember trying to crush them up and just even taste it just to get something in me to get rid of that throat closing up, right? I knew it was some sort of allergy going on, and I'm like, maybe a Benadryl will help. Just kept vomiting every 10 minutes. This went on for 2 hours. Finally, my family's like, okay. We had an upstairs, downstairs, so I was just kind of like upstairs, like, leave me alone. Let this pass. And they didn't know what was going on. So they're downstairs like, what the heck's going on? So finally they decided to drive me to the hospital, and it was an allergy attack. And I didn't know it at the time. I had to figure it all out. And I do want to welcome people that are coming on. I see a couple people on, so thank you for coming on and welcome. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are in the world. Welcome, and wherever you are, if you don't comment, I don't know who's here. Because you could be on YouTube, you could be on Facebook, you could be on a number of different platforms. So with that, yeah, so it was Christmas night. They decided to drive me to the hospital. I'll never forget it. Going pretty fast. And I just kept vomiting every 10 minutes. It wouldn't pass. So get to the hospital. I'll never forget this. I actually vomited right in the window of the emergency room. Now, mind you, like I said, it was just spit. I wasn't vomiting anything in my stomach. That was staying down. It was just the saliva because I couldn't swallow. So I'll never forget that either. I mean, I was in this room. They kept, trying to figure out what's going on with me, whatever. And I'll tell you, I could have dropped dead in that room. I remember just coughing and choking and gagging and just like, and they just walked by. Like, yeah, it's not her turn yet. We'll just let her choke to death. So that was like when my food allergy started to rear its ugly head. Turned out I had multiple food allergies. Well, fast forward a year later, guess what happened to me? Not Christmas night, but the day after Christmas, I had another type of incident. I thought I was being good. I think I was eating fruit with whipped cream. I thought, well, this shouldn't be too bad, somewhat healthy. Because now I'm on this healthier track. I kind of know there was something going on with me. It was a year later. Well, my mom liked to make 12 different kinds of cookies at Christmas time. And at the time, I was also working at a jail, a prison in Worcester, Mass, West Boylston, Mass. And when you're working in a place like that, everybody would bring in all kinds of little goodies at Christmas time, a piece of cake here, a cookie there, a piece of pie. So I would, I would cheat here and there. I'd be like, one cookie is not going to hurt. My mom would give me cookies. Lucky for me, I could eat some things. But if I overdid it, that's when food just didn't digest well, and that's when I would have problems. So all that to say, I know the pain of going through multiple food allergies or food sensitivities around the holidays. You're going here, there, and everywhere. You're going over friends' houses. You're going to work, even just work. And all these goodies are everywhere. So what the heck can you do to protect yourself, to have better alternatives for yourself, and not get sick, or other people not get sick, right? You might have, so let's start with one scenario. Say you're having a house party. Well, nowadays a lot of people are very gluten sensitive. They can't eat nuts, all these different things, right? Number one, first and foremost, find out if any of your guests do have food allergies, especially children. Number two, find out if they carry an EpiPen. And then if they do, know where that EpiPen is. So if, God forbid, something happens like happened to me, you know where that EpiPen is, and you can jab them with it at, snap of a finger, especially, like I said, a child. Number three, if you're going to put out little snacks and things like that, again, find out if people have allergies. Are they highly sensitive to, like, say they have celiac? Well, those little trail mixes, Chex Mix, those types of things, that could send somebody over the edge with celiac. Say it's a child, they can't eat nuts. You're putting out trail mix. Maybe it's maybe you think it's, here's one scenario. Maybe you think it's okay because there's no nuts in it. What if there's cross contamination? Maybe it was made in a plant with nuts. My sister is highly allergic to peanuts. Even if it has peanut oil in it, that sends her over the edge. She breaks out in hives. So find out if there's any children that have any allergies or food sensitivities whatsoever, adults. Find out if they have EpiPens that they carry, where do they carry them. So those are some types of things. Find out if maybe it'd be easier for them to just bring something, a dish with them, that they can eat. Like if they're really highly allergic to a lot of different things, maybe they can bring something with them. So now, say you're the person that has the allergies, the food sensitivities. This is what would help me, especially if I was going to a friend's house or family. I would eat something before I went. So then I'm not salivating going, I want that piece of cake, I want that piece of pie, I want that cookie, I want, whatever it is. At least I wasn't starving. So I would eat something for me. The other thing you can do, I always make this beautiful kale salad, and you can make that very holiday-like. You can add like some berries, like blueberries and strawberries, kale, and then throw on like some pomegranates. It looks really, like, especially if it's Christmas time, looks really Christmassy, goes over really well. I'm actually putting some ebooks and digital recipe books together as we speak. I have a special one just for Thanksgiving, and it's called Healthy Alternative Recipes for Allergy Sufferers. And so I've got some things on there. I was trying to figure out how to share my screen on here, and I can't. So I will have to figure that out. But I'm going to have that on my website real soon, and that is on sale for $10. So it's a special. So it's a Thanksgiving recipe guide with lots of great little recipes on there. Some great side dishes, like a really great turkey meal. So just for people that suffer with allergies. So, and I'm going to have a few more. Some great side dishes, because I had to do it all. I had to eat nut-free, gluten-free, low sugar, or sugar-free. What else? Dairy-free for a while. Dairy was, like I said, whipped cream sent me over the edge. Whipped cream, turned out I couldn't eat dairy. Whipped cream was what was causing me to double over in pain. I didn't know it at the time. The doctor didn't diagnose me. But I did figure it out, because a little while later I had pudding, and that sent me over the edge. Little by little I had cheese or whatever, and I started to realize it was the dairy that was making me double over in pain, because dairy can be very hard for us to digest. Another thing I do want to note, anything on this broadcast or any of my broadcasts, this is not medical advice. This is educational, entertainment purposes only. You do your own research. You work with your doctor, especially if you have high sensitivities and high food allergies. If you're on supplements, things like that, even different foods combined with supplements, herbs, vitamins, prescriptions, you name it, different foods can react differently in your body. You may need to work with your doctor, so I cannot highly suggest that enough. You might think something's good for you. It may not be good for you individually. Our cells react differently when we're on different medications. They act differently when we're on different supplements. Your white blood cell, for instance, can change. I mean, I can't really, go into too much detail. I'm not a nutritionist, dietitian, scientist, doctor, or any of that. This is just information to help you get through the holidays, help your guests get through the holidays easier. This probably won't be an hour-long show tonight, but it's an important show. I really feel like people need this information. You really, really, and then the other thing is too, make sure if you do have people there that are highly sensitive to, if it's gluten, they've got celiac and they can't have any cross-contamination, you want to make sure that, even washing dishes can send them over the edge. I taught classes in Brookline, Mass, and I remember teaching a gluten-free class. And it really had to be labeled gluten sensitive because that place was not meant for cross-contamination. They, some of their utensils and stuff were not separate. And these weren't things I thought of right away. It's not something you're going to think about. You never know if, say, I don't know, say the spoon you stirred your stuffing with was in the sink, and somebody with highly, highly, highly allergic to gluten touches that spoon, even if a sliver is on there, that's going to send them over the edge. So I'm telling you this not to scare you, but just to make you aware. You want to know any guests that are in your home, or if you yourself are in a home or friend's house or work, you've got to consider these things even for yourself. If you're highly allergic to gluten, you don't want to touch a sponge or a spoon or a fork that had any gluten on it if you're highly, highly allergic. I was a hostess in a restaurant, and I remember, some families would come in with their kids. Those kids couldn't touch an ounce of gluten. It could send them over the edge. Not very easy for being in a place, it was actually called Bertucci's. That place was all gluten. Bertucci's, if you don't know, is all like pizza and pasta and all that kind of stuff. But, you really have to be extra aware, extra careful around the holidays. Nuts can send people over the edge. Again, maybe somebody's highly allergic to peanut oil, or just, like I said, you may think it's nut-free, but check the labels. Check with your guests. Make sure anything they're ingesting, and don't get mad. I know people sometimes, they got to know every ingredient that's in there, and they've got all these problems. Be lucky it's not you. I will say that. Be lucky it's not you. If they need to know what's in a dish and every single ingredient, just tell them. You don't want that person winding up in the hospital on Christmas Eve, Christmas night. This is when people wind up in the hospital the most. Most people get sick around the holidays, not just from the flu. They have we have heart attacks galore around the holidays. Why? Because people are eating what they don't normally eat. Their blood pressure raises because they're eating more salty foods, maybe more snacks with salt, high fatty foods. We indulge, myself included, guilty. Like I said, if it was all around me, I would think, okay, it's not a big deal, right? I have a couple cookies. I'd have not a lot, right? I didn't have celiac. I don't have celiac, so I could cheat and get away with it. But what would happen is I don't digest the food very well. It doesn't go down very easily, and I'd get really bloated. And so what happened is, after I would try to eat other foods, and that's where the anaphylactic shock would come in, because now all that food's then trying to go through my body is coming up, and that's why I would have anaphylactic shock, because it's not digesting. Now my throat's closing up. It's basically rejecting it, just rejecting the food that I was eating. So like I said, this isn't going to be an entire hour show, but I wanted to really talk about that. I really wanted to talk about how so many people, if you look at the statistics, more people hospitalized around the holidays than any other time of year. Now, granted, there are other situations too. More people are suicidal around the holidays. More people are depressed around the holidays. And we all know why. Everything is around, gotta buy a million things for everybody. You gotta there's all these family get-togethers. So sometimes people feel lonely, and some, feel depressed that way, and those types of things. Yes, that does happen as well. And with that too, it's not really a food allergy relation, but if you can reach out to people around the holidays and you can help other people, do it. Do what you can. I mean, right now more than ever, people need us to reach out. They're really hurting out there. So, if you have a way to reach out, it's not always about money. I had a friend, she actually died from breast cancer. It was actually my friend's stepsister. Died very young. She was only about 25, I think. But I'll never forget something she said to me. She said, well, to both of us, really. She said, you don't have money to just go out and feed the ducks. You don't need money to just go do certain things. You know what I mean? Like, and it really struck home with me. Like, not just feed the ducks, but whatever it is, you can lend a helping hand here and there, and you don't necessarily need money. You can volunteer somewhere if you're able to, in a soup kitchen or whatever it is. If you have the time and you have the means, don't always think it's about money. It's not. If you can help out in your community in one way or another, and you're not feeling so great about yourself, sometimes you'll feel a lot better about yourself just doing that. I know that's not about food allergies, but I just felt the need to say that, because it's, like I said, the holidays are coming. People get suicidal, they get depressed. And that's also not 100%, but can be food related, right? We start at Halloween, kids get the candy, so the adults eat the candy too. And it kind of spirals from there, and you eat like crap until Christmas, and then we kind of like go back to eating healthy again. Well, do you know that eating that candy and the crap around Thanksgiving, and then going on to Halloween and Christmas, sorry, we already said Halloween, that does a number on your body and your mind. That can also make you depressed. So, and of course, we set the clocks back. You're not seeing as much sunshine. It's getting colder out, darker out, depending on where you live. Some of you may not get that, but, and lucky for you. But, those things can also make us, more depressed and suicidal at this time of year. So definitely reach out wherever you can, churches, ministries, wherever you can, if there's anything you can do around the holidays, and you can help somebody else. Don't always think it's about buying somebody a gift. It's not. There's so much more that you can do. So I just wanted to add that, you could even drive around with little Ziploc bags with socks and some snacks. Hey, put a scratch ticket in there. Maybe they'll get lucky. I don't know. Whatever works for you. And when you go to that corner on the street, I know, like when I lived in Massachusetts, when you went to downtown Worcester, there was always somebody panhandling somewhere, right? When you go by that panhandler, so what? If you think they might go get drugs or alcohol, so what? Just bless them anyway. So what? If you've got the means, like I said, buy some socks. If you're in really cold areas, maybe a scarf, some mittens. I don't know, hat. Maybe you could knit some scarves and gloves and hats. So like I said, it's not about food allergies, but I just felt that was like important to kind of mention some things about that. But yeah, so like I said, this is not going to be a half hour, almost not even a half hour, but a full show. But I really wanted to drive that home into how to handle food allergies around the holidays. So I am really excited to offer some of these digital ebooks and recipe books. I've been putting them together. We're going to have Black Friday sales. Yay. So stay tuned for that. Those will be up on the website, theenrichyourhealth.com. So I will have the Thanksgiving recipe book up in about a day. It's almost done. The recipes are there. We just have to put that on the website. So I'm really excited. Like I said, I was hoping to be able to share with you the different recipes. Let me see if I can kind of just show it this way. I don't know if you guys can see it. Oh yeah, you could probably see it a little bit. It's not too bad. So these are like some of the recipes you would get. So I can scroll. This is Thanksgiving holiday recipes. Let me see. It's not too bad. I'm gonna learn how to share my screen on here. But these are some of the recipes that you would get. So just some healthy alternatives. And that's just one recipe book. I've got some others coming. But this one's specifically for Thanksgiving. I love this one. If you can't eat dairy, you can't have this one. But cranberry with brie, like you could do some rice crackers if you can't have gluten. These are vegan stuffed mushrooms or vegetarian stuffed mushrooms. Forget if it's vegan or vegetarian. This is one of my favorite meals. I make this all different kinds of ways. I just made this today, actually. Stuffed Denoncourt squash. This has been my holiday meal when I couldn't have turkey or chicken. I would make stuffed Denoncourt squash with quinoa or gluten-free breadcrumbs. So this is a recipe for it on here. You could do it all different ways. So yeah, so that's the recipes for my Thanksgiving one for for allergy sufferers. Again, that's stuffed Denoncourt squash. I've done with quinoa, gluten-free breadcrumbs, dried cranberries. That's vegan stuffed mushrooms, so you could have that as an appetizer. This one would be great with rice crackers if you can't have gluten, but you can have dairy. That's sweet potato little appetizers. Quinoa. That's like a black bean and something. I forgot what that one is. Squash. Let's see. Green beans. Those are little fat bombs, I believe, or chocolate something. Nice salad you could have on the side. And then that would be like your turkey. So just some great little recipes there, and I've got some more to come. So hopefully you could see that okay. Hopefully that was pretty good. So that's probably going to be about it. Like I said, please go over to the Elevation TV Network YouTube channel and give them some love, subscribe, like, and I highly suggest subscribing just so you can see some of the speakers that are on here. I don't have enough hours in the day to watch them all, but I know they're amazing. I've watched some of them. I've been on some of their shows, and they are absolutely incredible people. They have a lot to offer. So you definitely want to be subscribed because you never know who you're going to want to watch, who you're going to learn from, or you might even want to share it. And then go over to my YouTube channel, my new YouTube channel, and you can give that some love. And that's Enrich Your Health. And that's all you have to do is put that in YouTube, but it's spaced out. So it's Enrich, and then it's UR, and then Health. So it's spaced out. You just search that in YouTube. It'll come up, and you can subscribe, get the notifications if you hit the bell. And like I said, we're putting some videos on there now, and I'll be putting on more. And then just make sure you follow me on Facebook and Instagram. I'll be doing more on there. So with that, I'm probably going to end the broadcast a little bit short tonight, but I do highly request your help in getting some sponsors for the show and guests. I am looking for guests. I still have November open, December. So if you're a practitioner, I would love to have you as a guest. Doctors, nurses, people suffering from illness. It could be food allergies. It could be cancer. It could be Lyme disease. Lyme disease is my forte. I've helped a lot in the Lyme disease community. Autoimmune, anything like that at all. And I just highly suggest you go over to my YouTube channel and watch some of those people that we've put on there, because they are amazing. They have amazing stories to tell. You need to watch them and share them. If you know anybody at all, I was just telling my sister this, that's, kind of like maybe they are a little depressed or feeling a little down right now because of this time of year is tough. Maybe they're going through an illness or they're going through something. Watch those videos. Watch those people. Not on my behalf, on their behalf. Because you'll watch them and you will turn around and say, what am I complaining about? It just will really make you look at things a little differently. So I highly suggest you watch those. So I don't know if anybody has any comments, questions. I know people have been kind of popping in and out. I don't know if you're here if you don't comment. I don't see any comments or questions. So once again, Paula Denoncourt, holistic health coach. I do one-on-one coaching, group coaching, speaking engagements, and now my own TV show. I am looking to partner with other practitioners. So if you're a practitioner and you need recipes for your clients or patients, let me know. I can customize them, or we can give them, the recipes that are on the website might be all right for them. Looking for that. And looking for more speaking engagements coming up in the year 2023. I also offer business funding, and we just added in the ERC credit, tax credit. What does that mean? That means it was something they did during COVID, because of COVID. So if you're an employer out there with W-2 employees, you can get up to, and I'm saying up to, $26,000 per employee from the government. So you want to get that. So I can help you get this ERC tax credit, and it's totally free to start with. They just take the money out when you get the money. So you don't have to have any upfront money. A lot of accountants or tax prep people are charging people to do this, and they're charging them up front, which is totally understandable and totally what's the word I want? I can't think of the word I want, but I understand why they're doing that, because it's a lot of work. It's not the easiest thing in the world, paperwork to fill out or anything. So we have a team that will do that. So we're not charging the money up front. They just take it out when you get the money. So once again, this is something that came around a while ago, and there were different rules. So if you applied for it before and didn't get it, do it again. It's called ERC, Employee Tax. Oh, I can't think of that word. Employee Retention Tax Credit. I think that's what it means. I forgot what the symbols meant. But like I said, it's something that the government's giving. So when the government's giving you something, go for it. So if you're an employer with W-2 employees, you are entitled to this. Apply for it. I also help with business funding. So when the banks say no, we step in and can possibly help you get funding for your business. You do have to have a business that's been in good standing for a little while, like at least 4 to 6 months. But you could definitely get some funding and making at least $3,000 or more a month. Let's see. And we offer some other things as well, but I'm not going to go into all of it. Not on this broadcast. But if you're interested, you need some business tools in your tool belt. We do have some things that we offer, so hit me up. You can reach me, and you can reach me for health coaching, speaking engagements, either Facebook Messenger, Instagram Messenger, or you can also just text me and we'll set up a time to talk. And you can get my phone number right off the website. That's the best way to get me. Emails are tough. I'm not always paying attention to 9 million emails. So it's easier to just text me. We can set up a time, or Instagram Messenger, Facebook Messenger. I will definitely answer those. So once again, thank you everybody for watching. Thank you for the replay viewers. I hope you all have a very happy, joyful, healthy holiday season. I hope some of these recipes that I will be offering real soon, I hope you take advantage of that. And one last thing, there are some free gifts on my website, so please take advantage of that as well. I have a reversing illness ebook. It's under free stuff. And I also have a 6-day immunity meal plan guide. So with the flu season coming up and all these other illnesses around that we don't even know what the heck they are, you definitely want to take advantage of that because it's free and that'll help you keep your immune system up during all this time, for the, with the flu coming up and everything. And that's the other thing I do want to mention. To stay healthy, if you're going to be around a lot of people, not to be a Debbie Downer, but if you drink a lot, that's going to weaken your immune system. So if you have a compromised immune system already, just be aware of that. Alcohol will lower your immune system and weaken it. Sugar will too, like processed foods, those types of things. So you just want to be aware of that if you already have a weak immune system. Being around a lot of other people, can really be tough around the holidays. That's why everybody gets sick. So if you can get outside, get some sunshine. I know it's getting cold out, but even if you can get a little sunshine here and there, get some oxygen, that'll help keep you from getting sick. If you've been around a lot of people at work, if you've been around a lot of people at schools, family, friends, get some outdoors if you can. That will help keep your immune system up. Try to get your vitamin C. Just do things to keep your immune system up, especially if you have a compromised immune system. You want to put onion in soup and don't cook it to death. It needs to not be too cooked. Put onions around your home. I know it sounds crazy, but if you're not feeling great, that will absorb the bacteria and help get rid of that illness faster. Like I said, not medical advice, not meant to take the place of your doctor or anything like that, but these are just old home remedies that actually work because onions absorb bacteria. So you could do that. Put it in your soups, put it around your home, put it around your bed, put it in your socks. It helps absorb the bacteria and get rid of that toxins that are in your body. I've done it. I've done it when I had a cold and it went away faster. It wasn't like gone, but went away faster. It's gone in a couple of days, whereas a lot of other people, their colds will linger in like 3 weeks. So that's my experience, but everybody's different. So those are some things you can do. Garlic is also really good. Get that in your soup. So just wanted to add a few extra little tidbits there for the holidays. So stay tuned for some great recipes on the website. Get those free gifts. And with that, I will see you guys next Sunday, 7 p.m. Eastern time. And if you want to be a guest, let me know. I'd love to have you. People need to hear your story. So thank you again, and we will see you next week. Bye, everybody.